I think one of the biggest fears and why I wrote a book about the connection between love and money is because as females, I hear a lot of people, a lot of women going, oh, there's no good men on the planet.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Yeah. So
anybody that wants to go to
absolutely
order this, and it costs this. I love the hardcover because it's
yeah.
The more that I can push this up in the Amazon scales, the more it's going to reach women that are taking things way too personally. And by the way, somebody asked me, why did you write a book for women? I say to all men, it's to help make your lives easier, because we sometimes, and I used to be this person, take things very personally, and then you guys, we don't say what we want. We're like, well, Harry, whatever you want to do, and then eventually we get mad at you because we're not doing what we want to do. So this is really a book.
Can you mention the title of the book and the subtitle for the people that listening in the car in Spotify?
Oh, it's called A Woman on Top, and you can go to my website at Suzanne Leydecker, which is SUZANNE, no space, my last name, LeyDecker.com, and reach out to me there. I know what my story is. And I've heard thousands. It took me 11 years, talk about the number 11 years to get this out.
Wow. That's
because I basically was afraid of what everyone was going to.
Absolutely. How many of you have yeah?
So if you have a book in you, do it. And I mean, this was a big, bold move for me too, because I was afraid of what my ex-husband, what the boyfriends were going to think, what everybody's going to say. And I wrote a really raw, vulnerable book. I talked about the time that I threw the chair across the room. Harry, not proud of it, but that's how far I got down the line in not asking for what I wanted and then blowing a fuse because I didn't get it. I know for fact, because people tell me, oops, I threw a chair too. So I'm trying to help the planet by helping women and men, but to really communicate. You did not mention communication, but my bet is your relationship's really good with your girlfriend because you communicate around what. Yes, so that makes a ton of difference in all and in your business too. You don't communicate.
Every single problem in life can be solved out of communication. Yeah.
Yes.
And the moment that we stop the effective communication, this is when relationships and partnerships and business and the employees, right? So we say that very easy, but it takes a while to figure out. And Suzanne, I want to. What is the last message then? Do you have for women entrepreneurs, for women that they are successful? We interview a lot of people in the corporate world that they are successful women making a lot of money, but they are not fulfilled, and they are afraid to make that jump and start their own business. So what message do you have for successful women that are scared to take a leap, in their life, and they are pretending that everything is okay, going to this corporate job, making a lot of money, working with people that they don't like. Some environments are even male dominated, and they are, one of my students for the Speakers at Least workshop, she's a Harvard graduate in finance, and they hired her in the company just to put her at the C-level, just to put, like she described, a lipstick in the C-level suite of the company, because they never took her seriously. And I told her why they're not taking serious, and she was taking me, Harry, I don't know what else to do. I'm a Harvard graduate, so I have the same, probably more preparation that most of the people in the company. Still, I'm a woman, and they just hired me literally just to put the lipstick in the C-suite, but they will never take me seriously. They will never take my opinion, and my voice will never be heard in the company. So there are a lot of challenges with women with funding, even worse. A very low percent of women in tech. This is a disaster. But how unbalanced is that? All the funding, most of the funding goes to men and to men projects in the startup world. So what message do you have for women? They are powerful, that they have something amazing within themselves, and they are just afraid to move to the next step because they feel that what people are gonna think about it, and sometimes they can have this wrong belief that that they just not lucky, and they just don't deserve and everything. So what message do you have for this woman?
Well, you're gonna probably laugh at this one too. I mean, I think all those things that things are changing. We do know that there are more breadwinning females that are, like making more than their male counterparts. And I remember asking my teenagers, like what would that be like? And they're like, we're just gonna sit on the couch and play golf. And I'm like, well, that's probably not gonna work. But I think one of the biggest fears and why I wrote a book about the connection between love and money is because as females, I hear a lot of people, a lot of women going, oh, there's no good men on the planet. There's no good men on the planet. They're like little boys. They're not going to college anymore. And we just don't need them. Let me tell you, ladies, we ain't going to the top without taking the other 50% of our population with us. So it might be our turn to, carry them in a way, not that we're better than, but, to stand up in our own abilities and our own rights. Certainly doing those things that I mentioned before, like finding your purpose and passion, believing in yourself, following your intuition, and, I'm not sitting on the board of trustees as one woman and 16 men to really speak about that, Harry. But I think that somebody said, Dale Carnegie was like, the way to be the most popular person in the room is to listen more. So I think as women, when we're in those kind of situations, we're trying to be heard more. That does not make you the smartest woman in the world. Like, listen, give people compliments. I told you that before. You were super nice. I'm like, oh my God, I love Harry. He's the greatest. It doesn't take much to encourage a good relationship with the people that you work for, even if 14 men. Does this make any sense to you?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think that this channel, we are great supporters of women entrepreneurs, and I do a lot of events for women empowerment. Actually, in our workshop, yet speakers and leaders, most of the people that we train, they're actually women, right?
Women, yeah.
I think somehow we create a framework that they just come because they feel safe, that they feel that this is the space that they can express themselves, which something that makes us really, really happy. So sometimes it's about what kind of framework you create, and with the open mind, right? So we really believe that. Yeah, go ahead.
I can tell you why that's successful, because I've been running these mastermind dinners for women in Aspen Valley and beyond.
Oh, wow.
Bring people together as a community. So, women like to be with women because we want to create a tribe, and there's a lot going on for us, as there's been throughout history. But I think it's really important to remember men are out there. And I think that our primary fear of being successful is that no man will ever like us. That is not true for all women, but it tends to be a theme that I see. I've done so much research and talked to so many people all around the globe, and I tell you that they have slightly different problems in Africa and slightly different problems in Cuba, but it's all the same.
Absolutely.
So I think it's important to, yes, create your tribe of women so you can feel safe, but also to recognize that we are in this huge transition right now. as a planet. And I have a feeling collectively, women, because I hear people say all the time, there's no good men left. Where are all the good men? I even say it sometimes, and I'm like, oh, don't do that. They're here, but they all seem to be married or taken, and we're like, how, like,
Oh, there are plenty around. There are plenty.
There are plenty. And so living
Just-
into that mindset of you can be successful and have a healthy, satisfying relationship.
It's possible. It's possible. It just, Suzanne, to be in the right space with the right people, right, and with the right community, and I tell you, if I tell you stories from our workshops, with it and happen, and will happen for you, you will see. It's so crazy things like. When we took our workshop speakers and leaders to Singapore, it was one guy, a British guy, that his name was Dan. Dan, he was telling me, Harry, I want to be the MC of you guys in Singapore. I want to be the MC. Take me with you. And the guy was in London, living in the United Kingdom. Take me with you. So instead, the guy, okay, just come with us. You want to so badly come, you will be our MC. Even the plane didn't took off. Not my plane, not his plane. It was a problem in the airport. Next day, I jumped into a plane with Lily, and I called him and said, listen, we're going anyway. And he said, I'm going also anyway. And guess what? He arrived there to Singapore. He met a lady, which is his current wife. He stayed in Singapore. Lily and I, we come back. He actually stayed there. He didn't return. Now he went to Malaysia and got married. Now he had kids. Another woman, we took him. We were doing a speaking tour in Dubai. One of our speakers, yeah. And she was so good that Lily and I were invited to that event. But because she was so good, she got paid to attend this event. So he was going in the speaking tour with us. So going to our same hotel because she want to be close to me and Lily to practice the speech. That's why she chose the same hotel that will go close where we're gonna be, and they need to come to my hotel to check the speech. Guess what happened? She met someone in the hotel living in Dubai. Later I know the person is moving to London and now they're married. So.
Well, I want to not only for that, but I'm coming to one of your events for sure.
Thank you. We do a lot of galas. Yeah, we do galas with the in London luxury galas awards. Definitely, we will let you know. So the whole point is be in the environment be on the space that people to appreciate you for who you are, right? And not for what you have, or who you are. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't realize, and we are in family environments, we are in communities that we are perceived as different, and but eventually I'm telling you that they are, and there are plenty. Yeah. However, this person has to be also do the work on yourself in the same way that you have done the work on yourself, right? Yep. And build yourself and know very clear who you are. And what type of love and positive and success you bring to your life, the other person cannot be toxic. Yeah, so you have to do the work to be someone that is free, that doesn't need, that doesn't overpower. Yeah, so someone that don't have nothing to prove. You see. And there are plenty people like that. So thank you so much. Suzanne?
Yeah, well, let me just ask you one last question. So I go to speakersareLeaders.com and I can find you.
Yes. At the speakersareLeaders.com, we have the thing, and the workshops that are in the speakersareLeaders.co.uk. This is the workshop that we do.
I'm going to be there, Harry, and I'm going to let you know.
Thank you. That would be amazing. Thank you, Suzanne. So,
thank you very much.
And for all of you in this podcast, see you in our next episode. How brave entrepreneurs like Suzanne break down wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.